People who only clean their house right before they have company over. How clean/dirty is your house 9 months into the pandemic? Not too bad. People are coming over, we have to clean, has morphed into, our dust bunnies are now dust giant cave bears, and there are even crumbs on the floor of the bathroom, let's clean this crap hole up. Same for me. I have a level of clean I'm comfortable with, it just usually tends to be about one load of dishes more than others. But damn, there comes a point where even a slob's got to have a code to follow. My code is mostly no smells. And no dog pee on the floor. I'm fanatical about that if there's an accident. Oh yeah. Dishes can't get to the smelly point, so they can stay in the sink for a day, 2 tops. Dirty laundry always goes in the bin. Compost goes out when it's full, as does trash. Run the disposal once a day, or at least every other day. Recycling sometimes builds up. Clean clothes strewn every way. Random water glasses. But if it had food on it, it's promptly dealt with. I am very, very messy, but I draw the line at dirty. Same. I have clutter, but my counters stay wiped off and disinfected and my floors stay vacuumed. I call them dust hippos, but giant cave bear might be more accurate. It could be better. I'm not living in filth, but it's cluttery in my bedroom and the floors aren't as clean as I like them to be. I first read that as cutlery and thought, yeah, if you are leaving knives and forks around, it is messy. Sounds like a good time to play this game called Four-Knife. The mild euphemism I use for that is lived in. It's ridiculous to try and keep a place looking like a home and garden magazine. Season 1 of Hoarders. I think I'm a little bit of a hoarder too, lol, so much trash in my room. Actually got COVID, so it's currently a nightmare. Since we're positive, that means one income since I work remotely and my husband does not, and both kids doing home learning. The exhaustion of trying to juggle all of these sucked when we were well. Now my husband has been laid up for 2 weeks, I was laid up for 1. Fortunately I bought masses of snacks so the kids can feed themselves, but we're looking at no clean towels or dishes here in a day or so. I'm behind at work, kids' grades have dropped. Just makes me want to hide under the covers. It is never too early to have the kids start doing dishes. Seriously. You can avoid the sharp knives and the cast iron, but they can and should be washing their dishes and glasses ASAP. If you have a dishwasher, they can fill it pretty handily. It's like Tetris, with some extra rules. But even scrubbing out their bowls after cereal, and their plates after lunch and dinner would be a huge lift for you. They won't be perfect at first, but they won't do them at all later on if you're willing to let them do very little when you really need the help. Yeah, this. I love my mom a ton and she's an amazing person, but she kind of didn't teach me how to do any chores. As an adult, I'm barely figuring out how to cook and clean. It's best to start those kinds of lessons when kids are young. Same. My parents did everything for me, my dad even cleaned my room. It never crossed my mind to clean. When I got on my own in college it became a huge issue because I did not know how to do anything, had no discipline, and my place looked disgusting. To this day I struggle to keep up with household chores. Spending 18 years of your life never doing any is so ingrained in me. Getting better at it, but it's still very hard and I have to keep lists of things I must do before I let myself go to sleep or else nothing gets done. I have a baby now, and he will not grow up like I did. Not giving chores and teaching kids how to do things is the worst thing you can do to prepare them for life. Our 5-year-old loves doing dishes. Since we don't have a dishwasher, I'm not going to argue with her about it. Even got a kid-sized pair of rubber gloves for her. Man, you hit the kid jackpot. Might not last long. I remember enjoying loading the dishwasher and using a vacuum to vacuum. Once I actually was tall enough to use the real vacuum, it went out the window. Web link. My 2-year-old takes her dishes to the sink when she's done. They're capable of much more and earlier than we sometimes give them credit for. My 2-year-old loves putting his dishes in the dishwasher. He hasn't quite gotten the idea that you're supposed to eat the food first, so he holds as much of it in his hands and mouth while running to the dishwasher with the plate. Agreed. My kids have daily chores and it's a tremendous help. They are 9 and 11 and do their own laundry, sweep, do dishes, and clean bathrooms. My 22-month-old keeps breaking glasses and dishes and tries to climb into the dishwasher. What am I doing wrong? That sounds so tough. I hope things get better for you soon. I can relate to being locked in with kids and so on one income, but to have corona on top of that is too much. Sending love. This is a valid reason for switching to paper plates temporarily. And just buying new towels on Amazon. Wait, seriously? What's your idea of clean? Probably picks everything up but doesn't actually wipe anything down. I know this because that's my idea of clean. Messy equals untidy. Dirty equals unclean substance. A very accurate and important distinction. My ex used to clean by placing all the junk in neat piles. I'm the opposite of this. Everything cluttered by still wiped down. Actually, dirt/grime on things grossed me out. Messy according to his girlfriend. Clean according to him. Clean accordion. According to Jim. Identity theft is not a joke, Jim. Millions of families suffer every year. Michael. Oh, very funny, Jim, Michael. r/unexpected office, Reddit link. Messy according to who again? Him, of course. Obligatory. I also choose this guy's girlfriend's idea of clean. He brushes his fab sock under the rug. For hours. It keeps jumping back out. Time for a new fab sock. Or maybe you just need to kill the current one again. Again? Would make a great story for a Z horror movie. At this point he should just name it and give it its bowl. My man's name is Germs. My idea is sterilized, germ and dirt-free, but I don't care about cluttered or messy. I will clean and sterilize a table and then put a pile of junk back on top of it. My sister needs every tidy so that it looks clean at a glance, but she doesn't get in the cracks and really clean. Upon close inspection her house is gross. But at a glance it looks way cleaner than mine. Maybe original poster cleans but doesn't tidy up. Some people like to deep clean the dirt and others like to organize the mess. I'm guessing your girlfriend is one way and you're the other. Also, my best friend in college wouldn't clean her room. She was depressed, too, and I know, because of how close we are, that she didn't mind me cleaning it for her. I genuinely enjoyed deep cleaning and organizing her living space. It was a weird way for me to express love intermittently and without expectation, and I'm glad she was the type of messy person who didn't get upset that I cleaned it. This is love. This is understanding. As someone who currently struggles with this, you probably helped her a lot more than it may have even seemed. Physical environment plays a big role in mental health, even if you're not a clean freak, and difficulty keeping your space clean enough to not make things worse is often a real problem for folks with depression. It makes you feel more depressed living in that mess, which makes your symptoms worse, which includes feeling more tired and overwhelmed by the thought of cleaning up, which means you'll probably just let the mess continue to get worse and worse, and it becomes a downward spiral. Lots of people don't even realize that it's happening until something forces them to clean up, and afterwards their mental state suddenly, magically skyrockets. I should go clean my apartment. A dear friend once came and cleaned my kitchen as a birthday gift. It was what I wanted and needed most at that time. That was a really lovely thing to do. This is me. My best friend threatens to come organize, and I would be 100% down for that. This is actually a good pairing if you can work together. It's funny, I really like to deep clean, but I'm also naturally disorganized. My girlfriend is the opposite. She has a place for everything and is generally quite an organized person, but finds cleaning itself to be a burden. We work well together. Hey, so this is probably going to get lost in the sea of comments, but if this is something you'd like to tackle, I have some advice, from one person who used to be horribly messy to another. Keeping a clean house is something that is learned, honestly, so don't beat yourself up if your idea of clean turns out not to be. I grew up in a hoarder's house, so what I always thought was tidy turned out in real life to not be. And it seems a lot of parents tell their kids to clean but don't show them how, so as adults a lot of us only have a general idea of what to do. There's a ton of resources online, but my first suggestion, if this is something you'd like to work on, is to find a simple list of what chores should be done daily, weekly, monthly and yearly. It can sometimes seem overwhelming at first, but breaking everything down makes it easier to become good habits. The more you do the checklist, the more it just becomes second nature. You won't become a tidy person in a week, but like so many good habits, starting can sometimes be the hardest part. And it seems a lot of parents tell their kids to clean but don't show them how, so as adults a lot of us only have a general idea of what to do. It took me way too damn long to figure this out. Actually, it took a friend pointing it out. I was down on myself for not having our whole house unpacked and clean and how I'm always so bad at this stuff, and she asked, "Did you ever see your mom clean?" That was when I realized I was down on myself for not excelling at a thing I was never taught. She was a hoarder. I was actually the clean one in that house, though she always blamed me for the mess. I've worked a couple summers as a summer camp counselor, and we expected campers, aged 10 to 18, to be able to clean their own spaces and do some chores. We had directions posted with pictures, and encouraged campers to ask us questions if they weren't totally sure about how much winded to use or how to take out garbage without replacing every garbage bag. It mostly worked well until I had a camper, 16-ish, who had never cleaned up his own messes before. His family was really well off, but he was really embarrassed about not knowing how to make his bed, and didn't want any others to know how little he knew. It took about 10 minutes of us going through how to make his bunk look nice and organized. Most campers get this done in under 2 minutes, before he was up to par and he wouldn't be a risk of losing us the cleanest dorm award. Oh yeah, it's not great, haha, we clean it so it never looks like a hoarder house and whatnot. Actually, the house is pretty clean, it's just my computer room that looks like a complete disaster. It looks okay. Just don't open the closet next to the stairs. The carpet is just bumpy. No need to lift it. Don't worry about looking underneath the sofa, I did that yesterday. That's decorative mold, don't touch it. Cobwebs equals early Halloween decorations. Oh, that's just my roommate, he likes to nap under the carpet. When I read the question, I literally thought, not great. So I'm right there with you. Yeah. There's no bugs or something, and I can't stand a dirty kitchen. My kitchen is usually clean with a faint scent of bleach. But my computer room looks like I'm still in college. Gross. And I've gotten super lazy and depressed, so I haven't really cared. But I hired Molly maids to come clean next week for $150 and I will be getting my money's worth. I wish I could get someone to tidy up my place. I'm sick and I just can't do it myself right now. But then I'm like, they won't know what I want to keep or throw away and stuff like that. I have to do it myself. My cleaning lady has offered to help me clean up areas like that. Just having someone there to push you to do it and set the time for it will help. At first they could put stuff in a crate or whatever until you go through it, and then they could clean, and later they could help you go through it. Honestly, as someone who often doesn't see messes, having someone pick up the things that are making things messy and putting them in a pile makes it much easier for me to see the difference and put them where they actually belong. Molly maids? Like, maids on ecstasy? So she comes in, clean your house in a flash and then have wild sex with you all day? Wait till you hear about meth maids. They'll be done in 5 minutes. And by clean we really mean steal your pawn-able belongings. Everything that's not nailed down. And if you can pry it up, it's not nailed down anymore. Missed opportunity to call them maids. We've kind of learned not to use. Web link. I'm more of a Minute Maid guy myself. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to be the first to know about Red Rabbit Reader's new videos. If you like our videos, please like them on YouTube and share them with your friends. We welcome your comments below. Press to start another of our videos.